It's Iberia Tournament Basketball on 97.9 FM, brought to you by Town & Country Supermarkets, Air Serve Heating and Air, the Dixon Nursing and Rehab Center, Iberia School District, Inventory Sales of St. Elizabeth, Laker Eagle Stop, Gasco Sage Electric Co-op, Iberia Auto Supply, Tax Pros and more, Life Care Center, Memorial Chapels of Waynesville, St. Robert and Richland, the St. Elizabeth School District, the Marys County Bank, the Stoutland School District, Action Automotive, and your seasoned sports sponsors. Let's tip it off in Rocktown.
And a very good evening to you and yours back out here at the Iberia High School Gymnasium for Day 3 of the 62nd Annual Iberia Invitational Tournament. Connor Harbert here with you tonight, 97.9 The Source. Glad you could join me here for this one. 2 games on the slate for tonight. The first one will be our final first-round matchup, which sees the number 4-seeded Stoutland Tigers take on the 5th-seeded St. Elizabeth Varsity Hornets. Then our second game of the day, we'll see the St. Elizabeth Junior Varsity as they move on to the consolation semifinals. They take on the Tuscumbia Lions in a 7-8 matchup. So another good day of basketball at hand, 2 very closely seeded games. So after yesterday where we saw 3 turbo clocks, very unlikely that we see that here tonight. Again, typically when you seed these things, you try to put the 4 or 5, the closest together teams in theory. May not actually happen, and we will see. Obviously, you have to get on the floor and play the game, but that's just kind of how it looks on paper. And well, hopefully, for those of us neutrals in the audience, we will get some great games of basketball here today. So we've got about 12 and a half minutes left to go here in our pregame. Both teams on the floor, both teams going through their pregame activities. And so we have some time to talk about things here. We have time to talk about our 2 teams. Again, varsity versus varsity matchup here. This game was originally supposed to be played on Monday. It was supposed to be one of our first 2 games, but of course Monday had all kinds of weather there. We only got a half of basketball in, despite Stoutland and St. Elizabeth both being in the gym. We just had to go home a little bit early there. Tuesday, Stoutland unable to travel, so we had to postpone it one more day, but obviously hasn't affected the tournament too much as we're able to get it in today to go ahead and wrap up that first round. Nobody has to play 2 games in a day or anything like that. But when we look at the 2 teams here, similar records. Stoutland coming in with a record of 6-7 on the campaign. Meanwhile, St. Elizabeth is 5-7. They are in different classes this year. Stoutland, I believe, being bumped up this year to Class 2. If I remember correctly, they Class 1 last year. I have to check on that and make sure that that was the case. But Stoutland is Class 2 here this season. St. Elizabeth, meanwhile, they are Class 1. These teams play a lot of similar opponents. Again, Stoutland, Frisco League Conference, and St. Elizabeth, they just play a lot of the Frisco League teams there as well. Let's take ourselves our first break. We'll come back here in a couple of minutes. When we come back, we'll talk about these 2 teams a little bit more in depth. We'll talk about some recent opponents. We'll go over some hard numbers for you. And again, we'll get you a little bit closer here to tip off our first of 2 games here tonight. It's Stoutland and St. Elizabeth coming up first. You're listening to the 62nd Annual Iberia Invitational Tournament right here on 97.9 The Source.
Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the products and services and savings they offer their friends and families, like eClub. Sign up today and keep up to date on special promotions and events. Log on to tcmarkets.com and find every store's weekly ads right at your fingertips. Print off coupons to save even more money. Check them out on Facebook. Browse recipes too. Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the area youth and proud to be a part of their communities.
If your heating and air exchange is not working properly, it might be time for an upgrade or an overhaul. AirServe Heating and Air in Waynesville is a full-service heating and air company. Allergy season is upon us, and AirServe offers indoor quality solutions. From the simple and efficient duct cleaning to replacing an old unit with an energy-efficient one. There's free estimates and financing options, so you know the cost before you start. Call 433-3613 or stop by the office at 505 Historic 66 in West Waynesville. AirServe in Waynesville, locally owned and operated by your neighbors.
You seem a little quiet.
Frustrated at work.
Oh, what's going on?
Being a CNA at a big hospital is nothing more than get me this and give me that. I always thought it would be a job that really made a difference.
Maybe you should downsize, specialize, or find a fit for your passion.
Is there such a place?
Dixon Nursing and Rehab, located in the heart of Dixon, Missouri, is now hiring nursing assistants, certified nursing assistants, LPNs, and RNs. Stop in and apply today. Dixon Nursing and Rehab can provide the courses needed to get you certified and a start for your career today.
Students come and students go. Some start at the elementary level and continue in the same district until graduation. Others move in, some move out for a variety of reasons, but usually it's the parent's job that facilitates a family's move. Whatever the reason, the Iberia School District welcomes all students. At Iberia, students get the best possible education from a staff of dedicated teachers, coaches, and an administration that cares about the product they send out every May at graduation. Whether it's continuing their education, the military, or the 9-to-5 world, the Iberia School District is proud of their Rangers and Lady Rangers.
It's hard to remain competitive in the fast-moving manufacturing world. Trust and dependability are two qualities that are non-negotiable. That's how Inventory Sales Company of St. Elizabeth has built their solid business foundation, providing quality fasteners, struts, weld studs, tools, fabrication, and more for over 35 years. Expertise in 7 distinct divisions allows them to customize materials to fit your needs. Inventory Sales Company also has over 600,000 feet of warehouse space to store your materials until you're ready to use them on site. Where the customer is king, Inventory Sales Company, 683 Highway 52 in St. Elizabeth. Call 866-480-2412 or visit inventorysales.com.
I won!
Fuel up, drink, eat, scratch, win. Right here. Eagle Stop, family owned and operated in Central and Southern Missouri. Join the Eagle Stop loyalty program and get fuel discounts with every purchase. Free drinks monthly and earn points to redeem for snacks, drinks, and fuel. Reward yourself. Eagle Stop, a proud supporter of high school athletics and the communities they represent. Eagle Stop, in a community near you. EagleStopStores.com.
And again, back here at the Iberia High School Gymnasium, 7 minutes away from the opening contest. First of 2 full games we'll have for you this evening. Our final first-round matchup between the 4th-seeded Stoutland Tigers and the 5th-seeded St. Elizabeth Hornets. Again, it's Connor Harbert here with you tonight, 97.9 The Source, the third of a 5-day tournament. We'll have 2 more full days of basketball. We'll actually ramp up the amount of basketball we have for you over the next couple days. 2 games tonight, 3 games tomorrow, and then 4 games on Friday. So look forward to all of that. And, of course, we'll go over the bracket as we kind of move throughout tonight. We will know what the semifinals will be before we end tonight. In fact, this is the final game to decide those semifinals. But like I said before we moved on into the break, we're going to look at some numbers, some records, some teams, some opponents, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and start here with Stoutland, 6-7. Here on the campaign, but they are on a 3-game losing skid, according to Misha anyway, where I kind of pull these numbers and teams from. Last tournament they were in, the Skyline Boys Basketball Tournament. Just 1 game listed, though. So, like I said, may not have the full story here, but they did lose to Leeton in that tournament, 73-51. Before that, did lose to Osage, 78-68. That Skyline tournament might have had some altered dates because of the weather. So maybe correct, maybe not. But they did lose to Osage 78-68 and then a 31-point loss to Dixon, who we saw yesterday, 81-50. But before that, had won 4 in a row over Cuba, Richland, Calvary Lutheran, and Halfway. So this team has been kind of streaky here this season. And of course, back at the Frisco League tournament, they finished in 6th. You might remember there, were in that game against Plato. Lost a narrow one there, 58-56 there. So Stoutland, again, pretty streaky here this season, but trying to get back to 500 with a win here tonight. Meanwhile, St. Elizabeth, they are certainly down from last year's squad. St. Elizabeth, of course, has been an area powerhouse for several years now. In fact, I've only seen them 1 year. I've only been here for about a year and a half now, but made a run last year. We're oh so close to that state title, but finished in 2nd place ultimately there in that one. This year, 5-7. They are entering this game on a 2-game losing streak. Their last 2 games have been postponed. They were supposed to play Dixon at Dixon back on the 12th. They were supposed to play Tuscumbia on the 9th, so they do come into this one on a 2-game losing streak. And an important thing to look at when you look at St. Elizabeth is the teams they play. They always play a lot of higher class teams. They play a lot of teams with some great records. Take a look at who their losses are to this season. You take a look, Class 4, Blair Oaks, a 10-1 Higbee squad, a 14-1 South Iron team, a 13-2 Eugene squad. This team plays a lot of great teams. Losses also to Crocker and Southern Boone. Crocker 11-2 and Southern Boone 11-1 as well. Also a loss to Iberia, but a narrow loss there, 71-67. So their record might be a little bit deceiving here. We will certainly see what kind of talent they bring to the floor here today. Lots of names returning from last year's state runner-up squad. Nick Heckemeyer, one of those names, of course. Gavin Williams, definitely remember that name. Noah Chipman, Trent Bax. All kinds of players there returning from the squad. So you know they have experience, you know they have talent, but just haven't been able to pick up the wins just yet. They do own wins over Russellville, Osage, Max Creek, Russellville again, and Jamestown there as well. But those teams often have close to 1 win or 2 wins. So it's one end or the other this season for St. Elizabeth there. But we take a look at some more numbers here for you. Against Down 6-7. They're 3-2 at home, 2-1 on the road, 1-4 in neutral and tourney side games. Meanwhile, St. Elizabeth is 5-7, 1-3 at home, 2-1 on the road, and 2-3 in neutral site games. Stout averaging 68.2 points a game this season, allowing 62.8 points a game this season. Meanwhile, St. Elizabeth is averaging 62.5 points a game and allowing 63.9 points a game this year. Several common opponents. Taking a look and seeing if anybody's across. Max Creek. Both teams did defeat the Pirates over at Max Creek here this season, both by double digits. Against Osage, Stoutland lost. Against Osage there, it was a 10-point defeat. Meanwhile, St. Elizabeth defeated Osage by 5. Other than that, you have some other common opponents. Calvary Lutheran, you have Crocker, you have Dixon, you have Halfway, Iberia, and Vienna, but we still don't have results one way or the other on that. These two teams, they have met 5 times in the last 23 years. And last time out, it was, well, at this tournament. We got this matchup, and it was St. Elizabeth coming out on top, 85-73. I believe that was a semifinal that sent St. Elizabeth to the championship. Again, St. Elizabeth, the defending tournament champs, so trying to defend their crown here this year. Before that, that had been a 13-year gap between the last meeting between these two teams. Stoutland winning that one 78-73. Let's take one more time out. We got our national anthem coming up when we come back. Starting lineups and the opening tip of our first of 2 contests tonight. The Stoutland Tigers and the St. Elizabeth Varsity Hornets. We're back in a few. You're listening to the 62nd Annual Iberia Invitational Tournament right here on 97.9 The Source.
Gasco Sage Electric is owned by their consumer members who use their electricity and other services. They've been providing services to Camden, Marys, Miller, Phelps, and Pulaski counties since 1945. Much like electricity, Gasco Sage considers broadband internet to be an essential service, not just in the big cities, but right here in the rural communities they serve. They work hard at making a difference in the futures of the communities they serve. As a new G-Tech Fiber customer, you can soon be part of their high-speed fiber-to-home broadband network. Give them a call today, 573-759-7146.
Parts City. When it's time to replace your battery, trust the professional parts people at Parts City Auto Parts to help you choose the Super Start battery that's an exact fit for your vehicle. Whether it's a reliable economy, hard-working premium, or powerful extreme, Parts City Auto Parts has the Super Start battery you need in stock at a guaranteed low price. Don't let a dead battery slow you down. Visit Parts City Auto Parts for a Super Start battery you can count on. Parts City Auto Parts.
For all of your auto parts needs, see your Parts City Auto Parts store in Iberia and Dixon.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City.
Parts City. Tax Pros and More, with locations in St. Robert, Richland, Lebanon, and Jefferson City, offers everything you need to start your brand new business. Don't be afraid of being a sole proprietorship and starting your own company, because you can always grow and hire later. The experts at Tax Pro and More are here to help answer any questions and make the transition extra smooth. Tax Pros and More also specializes in tax return filing, planning, bookkeeping, and financial statement analysis for your business, as well as other payroll services. Call us today and we can help. 573-451-2229. And
once again, back here at Iberia High School and the Iberia High School Gymnasium, where we are just a few moments away from getting going here our first of two contests, which will see the St. Elizabeth varsity. First time we'll see the varsity Hornets in 3 days. They'll be taking on the Stoutland Tigers. Let's go and get the starting lineups here for this one. We're starting with the lower seed here, St. Elizabeth. They are the 5 seed. First one out on the floor, that'll be a 5'8 junior guard in Noah Chipman. He'll be joined out there as well by a 6'3 junior in Nick Heckemeyer. Also out there, your first senior, it's a 5'11 senior guard-forward combo in Isaac Green. Also out there as well, 6-foot junior guard Blake Woby will get the start here in this one. And rounding out the starting lineup here, it'll be the 6'3 junior guard in Gavin Williams. The St. Elizabeth Hornets, they are coached by Caleb Heckemeyer and assisted by Chad Green. Now we get a look at the lineup here for the Stoutland Tigers. Will Morrow will get the start here in this one. He is a junior. Joining him out there, looks like Michael Kincaid, the sophomore, will get the call here as well. He'll be joined out there by Justin Crabtree wearing number 5. I know that for sure, but wrote down 13/5 just in case, but Crabtree is a senior. Also out there, it'll be Isaac Hill a junior. And finally rounding out the starting lineup here, it'll be a junior in Aaron Franklin. Stoutland coached by Joe Nicholson and assisted by Josh Bradbury. So your starting lineups, St. Elizabeth, Chipman, Heckemeyer, Green, Woby, and Williams. For Stoutland, it'll be Morrow, Kincaid, Hill, Crabtree, and Franklin. Connor Harvey here, 97.9 The Source. Glad you could join me here for this one. Sweet. Venture forth, officially maybe not quite the midway point. This year's tournament, 7 games to be played over the next couple days. As far as days are concerned, we are in the middle. Opening tip up in the air, and it's going to be won here by Stoutland. As the Tigers come across here, Aaron Franklin stands on the left wing. Go inside, Will Morrow, right elbow, out to the corner. Crabtree with it now. They'll dribble into the corner a little bit deeper before getting it back up top. Over to Kincaid. Kincaid back in the corner. Now inside the lane, they go again to Morrow. Morrow the pump fake, trying to go around Green. Does, but lost it. Runs right into Heckemeyer. Lost the ball. Out of bounds. St. Elizabeth basketball. We'll have a whistle here. Checking on Morrow after the collision there. But he's good to go. And so we continue on. So the Hornets control the basketball for the first time in this game. It's Chipman across, half court. Chipman to the right wing. Tries to go inside with it. Kincaid got a hand on it. Able to throw it off of Chipman. Out of bounds here, and it will be Stoutland basketball. Good sized crowd on hand. Again, Stoutland of Class 2, St. Elizabeth of Class 1. Here's Crabtree on the right wing. Kincaid, top of the key, over to the left side now. They'll go in now to Morrow. Morrow on the right elbow, gets it back out to Franklin. Franklin over to Morrow. Morrow the pump fake. Out to the corner, Crabtree. He'll go to his left. He'll drive baseline now. Missed the layup. It's rebounded by Green. Green will push it down the floor here over to Williams. Williams going to lob one up. Heckemeyer catches in stride. He'll take it strong to the hoop. And find some open space for the easy layup. 2 points on the board. And it opens up with a Hornets lead. Again, curious to see the Hornets. We talked about their schedule today. Their wins have been against teams near the winless mark. Their losses have all been close losses to teams. They usually only have 1 or 2 losses. Here's a drive right baseline, Aaron Franklin for 2. Tigers will match here and we tie it up. Here comes Chipman again. Again, we're all tied back up. Left wing on over to Woby. Woby going to lob one in here to the 6'3 Gavin Williams. He'll get it back up. Top of the key 3. Isaac Green left it short. Rebounded by Kincaid. Kincaid has a cherry picker. Here's Crabtree. Left side layup. No good. And it's rebounded by Woby. Bit of an awkward spot to be in when he caught that ball. Had to try to throw one up there. Just rolled off the left side of the rim. Noah Chipman underneath the basket here. Going to hand it off to Heckemeyer, trying to get it off to him. Well, actually lost it. Another ball tip. Woby there to pick it up. Mid-range jumper off the backboard. Rolls off the rim. And rebounded here by Crabtree. Crabtree followed by Heckemeyer down the floor. Now he'll come back toward his left. Screen set by Morrow. Comes across the elbow. Franklin, top of the key again over to Kincaid. Trying to go inside the lane now. Ball kicked by Williams. It'll stay here with Stoutland on the sideline. Of course, St. Elizabeth's junior varsity watching on. Tuscumbia also arriving plenty early for their matchup later on tonight. Getting a spot in the 5th place game on the line in that one. Here's a shot right baseline. Crabtree left it short. Chipman, nice box out, has the rebound. Our first semifinal consolation side. We'll have our 2 winner semifinals tomorrow. Entry pass, Heckemeyer rejected, but St. Elizabeth keeps control of it. Here's another ball stripped away, but a foul's called this time. Our game's first foul incoming. Is this going to be called on? Be called here on Michael Kincaid, his first, team first. And we'll inbound here from the baseline. It's lobbed up. Williams will take it, bring it to the top of the key. Now picks up his dribble, right wing over to Chipman. Chipman, had stripped by Kincaid, gonna dive after it, but Chipman gets there first. He'll take it to the free throw line, mid-range jumper, rolls out, rebounded by Franklin. Franklin will push it down the floor. Fast break, Kincaid gonna go all the way in, right side layup is the bucket, and it's the foul. Michael Kincaid, his first points of the game, will now try to make it a 3-point play from the line. Foul's gonna be called on Noah Chipman, who picks up his first, team first. Again, as Kincaid stands at the line. First free throw, only free throw, no good. Ricochets out, stays at 2-point Stoutland lead. 4-2, 4:50 left to go, now a carry violation. As Green lost the dribble. Timeout taken here by St. Elizabeth. So our game's first timeout will be a 30-second timeout. Tell you what, we'll take one too. I got a 30-second break queued up here, so we'll come back in just a moment. 62nd Annual Iberia Invitational Tournament here on 97.9 The Source.
We care for them.
Hey, Mr. Gibson. Good morning.
Hey there, honey.
Take wonderful care of them.
All right, here's your morning meds and your coffee, just how you like it. 1 cream,
2
sugars.
And we'll go to the ends of the earth to protect them. You can count on that.
Life Care Center of Waynesville believe in treating patients and residents as family members, focusing on inpatient and outpatient rehabilitation with 24-hour skilled nursing care. We are proud to also offer a secured Alzheimer's and dementia care unit, 700 Birch Lane in the heart of Waynesville.
So back to it after the St. Elizabeth timeout. 3-pointer, Michael Kincaid drained it. Kincaid left all alone on the right wing. Takes the deep 3, but puts it on through. It's a 5-point Stoutland lead to start. We've got a couple Hornet substitutions coming up here. Carter Otto to the scoring table. Ryan Hodge and Eli Kemna all set to check in as St. Elizabeth loses the ball out of bounds. Tigers will take control again here. We'll see who comes out. It'll be Green, Wobie, and Chipman. Heckemeyer and Williams remain. And you will not see any of the junior varsity players in this game. Cannot play. JV players on the varsity squad on the JV side, so on and so forth. Only can play for one team in a tournament. Kincaid driving to his right, to the right wing, over to Crabtree. Kincaid gets it back in the corner. Might have had it stripped. Morrow will chase it down in the backcourt. It was. Morrow picked up by Williams. Toss it off right baseline. Stoutland had a substitution as well. We'll get you a name on that in a moment. Crabtree on the left block. Turns around, throws it up. Left it long. Crab gets his own rebound. Goes back up. This time he's fouled. I think it's going to be a foul incoming here on Hodge. And it'll be 2 free throws for Justin Crabtree. Nope, it'll actually be called on Nick Heckemeyer, his first. Team second. So into the game for Stoutland, Landon Martin. Quite tall. Perhaps one of the tallest players on the Tigers this